6 months to get fully booked, episode 2 of this mini course that is free and available on Scale in Peace YouTube channel, the playlist and all the resources about the course in the video description. So let's get started. For today's topic is about growing your website for acquisition. In the first video of this mini course, I covered why you need a website, and I'm going to quickly reshare why this is important for getting fully booked. And the second thing is I'm going to define acquisition, and then I'm going to help you with all the different ways I was using to find more customers thanks to my website. And at the end, giving you my general advice on how to approach acquisition. So why you need a website? It's simple because it will help you to automate your sales and marketing processes. Imagine that your website is not simply a place where you put your information. It's also an opportunity to have a never sleeping 24/7 available salesperson. And your website, if it's set for conversion, refer to episode 1, then it helps to turn random people into customers. And in this video, we are going to cover how to acquire more customers. So customer acquisition, it's the process of gaining new customers or clients for your company. And obviously, you can find ways that are super manual, like going to knock at the doors of all your neighbors and all the people in the world. But having a website and using online tools can actually help you to automate this and make it time saving and cost saving for you and your sales team. In customer acquisition, there is also this notion of attracting people to buy and to use the product. So it's also related to marketing. That being said, let's study a little more how I was doing with my hostel. So the first thing was to make sure that my website is set up to rank #1 on Google. Now, ranking #1 on Google, what does it actually mean? It simply means that among all the pages and the words that you use on your website, they are set and phrased in a way so that they are super interesting, they are super useful and valuable to the visitors. And also they are set so that Google can read them, and thanks to their algorithm, they will place your pages on top of certain search results. And that's a concept that is a bit difficult to understand for small business owners who've started a business out of passion and never really got into understanding how Google works. And I myself, and like anyone else who is interested in this topic, will find more and more complex things about how to work with Google. So it's not simple, and I'm not going to cover everything about Google in this video, but the basics to understand at your small business owner levels is this one. Nowadays, what you have to understand, and you probably behave the same way, is you are looking for an information, you will type it on Google. If you type it on Google, you are typing what is called a keyword research. Now, your goal as the business owner is going to be to imagine what people might be typing when they are looking for buying your products, and making sure that on your website, you put this content, at least you write it once in one of your pages. And obviously, the more organized, the more clear and useful it is going to be phrased, the better it will be for Google to place you on top of the results. Now, how I was doing it, it was first by making sure that all my pages had first my business name and my own websites or my own profiles on social media were connecting me and my business together. That way, if at least someone typed my name or my business name, they find me. That's super important. Among all the small businesses that I'm coaching and consulting, whenever I do this test, we type their business name on Google, they struggle to appear in the first position. So that's at least the first step that you can do, and that's the first thing that I started to solve with my business. If you would type Dublin Hostel on Google, my website would come up first, and my Google Map link would come up first, and all my social medias would come up first. That was a must. Then second is obviously when you try to have the content about what people ask before purchasing your product. So concretely what it means is if people are going to stay at my hostel, they need to travel to Vietnam. They need a visa for Vietnam. They need to understand where to stay, what to eat. Is it worth it to travel to Vietnam? About the weather in Vietnam and the best season to travel to Vietnam. So all of these were already 5 ideas of topics that I should cover on my website, on blog articles or on main pages, whatever, to make sure that whenever people would search for the best season to travel to Vietnam, they would find this information on my website and among all the other information they needed to travel. And if I managed to do this, then I was able to show up as someone who knows about advising travelers. And that means if they stay at my hostel, they could trust someone like me because I was advising them very well. You want to show up as an expert in the product that you sell. So you want to at least be able to answer any possible questions people ask you. And the best way I found to do this is to go back into all the conversations that you have with your customers and extract all the questions. This is very manual, but at least you have real questions that you are answering, and you can just copy paste their questions, your answers, and put it inside your website. This is just written content that you put on pages on your website. It's super easy, and the more question and answers that you have, the easier people will find your website. Now, you can refine a little more this strategy if you start to get used to post content on your website by having an SEO, search engine optimization strategy, where you will start building compelling, interesting, and optimized content as blog articles that will be suitable for your audience. If you are starting to do this strategy, the most important is to use metadata. So ask your team to make sure that whenever they post something, they add the metadata. The metadata, I'm putting a screenshot now. You can see what it looks like. It's a title and a description, and that's how your website is visible by other people on the web. Now, in 2024, we have on Google something called People Also Ask, and then you have all this set of questions and answers that Google automatically finds from your website. Then you can ask ChatGPT and check those AI or those useful tools today to help you on the ideation process of finding all these possible questions that people ask before they purchase a product at your place. And the last thing for this video is going to be about the backlinks. The backlinks is simply another website that mention your website and redirect to one of your pages. What you eventually want to do with backlinks is to have a proper strategy where at least all the articles listing the top 10 or top 25 restaurants in your city, or the top 10 hostels in your city, or whatever your business is in your, wherever your place is in your country, in your city, make sure that you find all these articles and you contact the authors and the bloggers who wrote them and show them that your business exists and is actually a good place that could be listed on this platform. Help them to write what is the title, what is the description, send them some pictures, and let them add your place and your website link on these articles. They will usually do it for free. Some of them might ask you to pay a small amount. That might be okay in your case. There are many different strategies related to backlink. The one I was using was this one. Simply find these articles, contact the owners of these blogs, and get listed. And obviously it was not working 100% of the time, but when it was working, it was helping me to be listed. The benefits of this at the end is that they will grow their audience and their communities, and they will have traffic that goes from their website to your website. And this way, it's like a passive way to make more traffic to come to your website. If you have built the articles that I'm mentioning in the first part of this video, and if you have optimized your website for conversion, which is the first episode of this mini course, then visitors can become customers pretty naturally and get interested in what you are doing because you help them to answer questions they have before purchasing. And that way you are set up for a great website acquisition in the future. And then bonus advice of what comes next with the acquisition is you can think of advertising, you can think of refining your strategies relating to SEO, you can refine your strategies related to online marketing. We will not cover in this course. You can use email marketing and other different outreach methods that are available online to find more customers, to build traffic, and to acquire new clients. Very nice. That's it for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. See you for the episode number 3.